Welcome back to Jess and Mike's Pillow Talk podcast. I am Mike.
I'm Jess.
And today's episode, we get asked all the time, how did we meet? And on Instagram or TikTok, it's so hard to answer that question.
Yeah, so
in
quickly.
full.
Yeah.
Yeah, TikTok or Instagram gives you like 60 seconds. It's like, all you can say is we met in the gym.
Yeah.
There's such a story.
Yeah, there's way more of a story to it than, just that. I suppose that some people think that we met in the gym, like Mike was some absolute sleaze that came up to me and was like, oh, right, let me give you a workout.
Yeah, you work those glutes.
Yeah. But yeah, it wasn't like that at
There's a
all.
bit more to it. So this is a great platform for us to be able to tell you all how we met and give you the full story. Like 10 years ago now.
Like how we felt when we met each other and all the ins and outs, and it's definitely the story that makes us smile, isn't it?
Yeah, we do like
talking already.
I know, so we might as well get started. So we'll take you back to 2012.
Yeah.
2012. It was in the summer. I had previously I'd been working in London at a publishing house. I was earning good money. I was earning around £30,000 a year at that point. So I was earning quite well. But my dream, I wanted to be a personal trainer. So I gave up working in London and I studied to be a personal trainer. And I left a 30 grand a year job in London and started working at Virgin Active.
But tell them how you got the job at Virgin Active, because it was like fluke, wasn't it? Because you hadn't really heard of Clements Hall, or it was.
So I think I applied at Virgin. I looked online for Virgin jobs, and because there was a Virgin Active near me, that was one I was going to all the time. That was such a good gym, and I'd looked at Virgin Active and available jobs, and there was a fitness coach job available at Clements Hall. I'm looking online and thinking, where's Clements Hall? That's not too far. Yeah, I could do that journey. Applied for Virgin Active Thunders for Clements Hall.
Yeah, which was the gym that I'd been going to since I was 14. I
applied for the job, and I got it basically. So I got the job. And I was, literally left my job in London to do this, and I was, full on loving it. And probably about a month in, about 2 weeks in, I'd gone on holiday, come back from holiday, and that's when I noticed you'd come in.
Yeah, so coming back from a previous story that we'd gone through, obviously my past relationship, this was straight after that relationship. So I had fallen pregnant, and it sort of mingled in between, didn't it, really?
Yeah.
Because I was pregnant when we first ever saw each other, wasn't I?
Yeah.
So
how far pregnant were you? Do you remember?
Only about 10 weeks.
Quite far. Well.
Or probably about 8 or 10 weeks at that point. So I had gone to the gym for an induction, a pregnancy induction, because I didn't know how to do the workouts for being pregnant, and I was unhappy at that point in my relationship, and I saw Mike, when I walked in, I was like, oh my god, who is that? He's hot. Obviously I'm pregnant, thinking, oh, I'm pregnant, obviously I'm with someone who I don't really want to be with, but my eyes were definitely focused on you at that point.
So for me, I remember that day, because I'd just started the job. Obviously I was keen to make an impression, and I would obviously do well and work hard. So I was doing anything and everything that came in, and how it would work is if new members would sign up to the gym or come to the gym, they would be required to have an induction. This was like a 30 minutes or an hour sort of run through of the gym, help them on equipment, show them what they need to do, and give them a basic program to help them along the way towards their goals. So these would fill in an hour slot. I think you were booked in for maybe 1 o'clock or something like that.
Yeah.
I had a induction booked in from 11 till 12, and so I'd done that and just finished that, and then one of the membership guys had come up, and I was at the desk with a lady called Jo, who was one of the fit coaches at the time, who was working on shift with me, and this membership consultant had come up, and I had another one booked in at 12. I had one booked in at 11, one booked in at 12, sorry. And then this membership, I'd finished the first one at 11 o'clock, I'd finished that at about 11:30. And about 11:30, a membership consultant come up with a lady and was like, oh, she's just signed up, she needs an induction, can anyone do it now for her? Obviously I had an induction at 12 o'clock and Jo had one at 1 o'clock. And Jo said, do you want me to do this? And you do I'll do your 12 and you do my 1. But because I'd seen you were prenatal or postnatal,
yeah,
I was like, oh, I'm not too sure whether I would be best for her because I don't know much about pre or post pregnancy.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, that's fine. I'll do this and I'll still do my 12. Don't worry, I'll get them done. So yeah, did her at 11:30, then my 12 came in. I did my 12 o'clock, and then you obviously come in at 1 o'clock, and I'm near the end of my 12 o'clock guy. And this guy was battered by the end of it. I was using the Swiss ball with him, and he's like almost like being sick over this Swiss ball in the gym. And I look up and I see you on the cross trainer with Joe, and I was like, who the hell is that? Who is that? And I'm thinking, it then clocked. I was like, no, you're the 1 o'clock. Like, no, if I'd have said to Joe, you do my 12, I can do the 1 o'clock. And it hadn't registered in my mind that you were pregnant at that point either. No. I didn't really think about it. But yeah. I just remember thinking, like, I need to know who you are. I need to talk to you. And I was glad that Joe was doing you, because then I could then talk to Joe about you and say, oh, who is that?
Yeah.
Just who is that person, so I could find out more about you.
And then that was it, wasn't it? Like, we didn't, obviously I went off in my direction, you went off in your direction, and I was pregnant, and then obviously...
Yeah, I didn't see you for a few days.
No, so it was quite a while, it was probably about a month after that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so obviously my whole relationship went up in turmoil.
Yeah.
Ended up having an abortion, obviously from the previous podcast, and yeah, everything, all of that happened. So... yeah, then once that had ended, I thought, right, I'm going to go back to the gym and I'm going to work on myself. And in a little bit of my mind, I was like, oh, I'm going to go and see that see that hottie, see if he's still working at the gym.
Still was. But yeah, you never come back into the, obviously, you said...
No, so when I went back to the gym, I went back with my friend Sam, because I was really nervous, because obviously I'd been pregnant, so it was really like, when you're at a gym that everyone knows you and then you're pregnant, then you suddenly know it's a bit awkward.
Yeah.
So I went back to Sam. That was when I was on the cross trainer. Not the cross trainer, the runners.
The running machine, yeah.
And you was in there that time.
Yeah, so I remember you coming in. I don't remember you coming in with Sam, but I just remember you being in the gym. You may have been there just before I got there, and I sort of got there as you were there.
No, you was already there.
Did you walk in and I was at the desk? Or?
No, I don't think you was at the... Oh, you might have been. You might have been, actually. I would have walked in and...
kept your head
down. Been really embarrassed.
Well, I remember seeing you on the running machine, and I remember being at the front desk, and I'm just constantly watching you, looking at you, not in a weird way, but just, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Just looking, just hoping you'd look my way. So I was sort of doing things just to hope that you would look my way.
Yeah.
And I remember knowing when you finished the treadmill with Sam, and I remember sort of going to the edge of the row, if that makes sense, so the walkway behind all of the...
Yeah, I remember you being behind me. Like that
I wasn't stood behind you.
No, but I remember you being in that walkway bit.
Yeah, if you imagine, say, 12 treadmills all lined up.
Yeah.
I was at treadmill 1, you must have been on treadmill 10 or something. Yeah. And I was behind treadmill 1 in the pathway that you would walk to get onto treadmill 10.
And I probably walked past you like...
Well, no, you didn't walk past. I got to that point, and as you was about to get off the treadmill, so you was about to walk into that pathway, so we were still 10 treadmills apart. But I remember hoping that you would look my way, and you didn't. You got off and you walked the other way. And I remember at that point thinking, even almost sort of saying it out loud to myself, like, oh, I wish I was your perfect man.
Yeah.
Just, I wished I was, your perfect man.
Yeah.
That I would be the guy that you fancied, and I would be everything you wanted. I remember thinking that, which is mad to think where we are now.
Yeah.
I not to play my own trumpet, but I am kind of. We were married, we've got kids, we've got the mortgage, we've got everything, we've got the business, we've got everything. So yeah, crazy that it ended up like this.
Yeah.
But at that point, I didn't know. You weren't even looking at me, so I was just like really hoping.
That was like me being really good at probably not giving the game away.
And I would like look at the computer system to look at your profile, the gym membership profile, because you'd have a picture, so I could see your picture.
Yeah.
And try and find your Facebook profile.
I don't know how I found you, because then I found you on Twitter, but I don't know how I found you on Twitter.
I don't know. At that point, Twitter was quite big, wasn't it? People were using Twitter more, and I remember trying to. Didn't really get it, but I was using it. Kind of thing. I know everyone had Twitter all from the gym. So.
Yeah. Maybe I must have seen it from someone else's Twitter. So then, I thought, like, I was the same. I need to know more about you. I need to know your name. I need to know more. So I, found your Twitter and like stalked that a bit, and then I saw that you was doing a spin class.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, this is great. Like, I'll just go to his spin class and like see if he notices me, because I still hadn't thought that you'd notice me at that point.
Oh, really?
Which is the weirdest thing. Yeah, I was thinking, I need him to like notice me. So if I go to that spin class, then I'm like less bodies than like in a full gym.
Yeah.
So then I went along to that, and I fancied you even more at that point. And like your confidence, like the way you was in the spin class, the music, like. Literally I was just like, oh my God, who is this guy? Like, literally.
So I remember doing, as I was training to do spin classes, and roughly when I'd seen you in the gym, and did my very first spin class, and I was so nervous for that spin class.
Yeah.
Like, not only you've had to put the music together, but you've had to choreograph a routine to music, and then you've then got to do that routine whilst talking it through a microphone to everyone in the class. You've got to make sure you know all your points, all your cue points. So I was really like hoping I'd get it all right. And I remember sort of like, I remember posting that on Twitter about doing that spin class, but not really thinking much of it. I didn't really have many followers on Twitter. I wasn't big on Twitter or anything like that, so it wasn't like I put it out there and was going to get loads of people replying and get loads of people trying to book onto my class. It was just putting it on there because it was something to do.
Yeah, something to say. That's just Twitter, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. And I think I had about 6 people turn up to my class, and it was getting close to the start of the class. I was sort of like in the class, I'm stood by my bike, I'm waiting for people to come in, I'm doing all my final checks and stuff. And then, it must have been 6 people out of a class that could hold, 35?
Yeah, I suppose.
35, 40 people.
It was a late night Wednesday though, wasn't it?
8:30.
Because you always had the 7:30 Jane's class, and then you had one after, so I always felt like that later one was a slack of like...
Yeah, it was never a busy class.
No.
But yeah...
It became busy.
Yeah. But I remember, waiting by the bike, and then you come in, and I was like, no way, just come to my class. And I think before then, I'd spoke to you about you to people in the gym, Jack, the lifeguard, because he would always say about you going down and you'd be in the swimming pool and stuff, so he would talk to you in the swimming pool, so he told me your name and he told me who you were, and
what he knew about me.
Yeah, exactly, everything that he knew about you, basically. He told me everything, to be fair. And I know that he fancied you as well, kind of thing. But he was like way younger than you as well, and I didn't think that
it was no threat.
No, it wasn't. But not that it was a competition or anything. No. But I knew that he said he fancied you, but I knew that I would have been more the kind of I thought that I would have been more the kind of person that you would have gone for, based on the fact that I was your age. And just because of that, really. Jack was like 18, 4 years younger than you, so 4 or 5 years younger than you. So it's like that's a big age gap when you're 23.
Yeah.
So I remember him sort of like he was a bit immature as well, a bit like childlike maturity. Whereas I thought I was a bit mature. Still not mature now, to be honest.
Well,
I tricked you.
You improved.
I tricked you. Yeah, so you come to the spin class, and this was great, like, because I remember just thinking, like, this gave me a chance to talk to you.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know how to approach you in the gym. I'd seen you a couple of times, didn't know how to sort of talk to you, and this was that perfect opportunity that it could be so innocent. You could come into the gym now, and rather than just saying hello, I could then stop you and be like, oh, did you enjoy the spin class?
Yeah.
Any feedback? And that was a great opportunity to then start a conversation with you. That way, I could then talk to you and get to know you more. Which is exactly what I did. Like, at the spin class, I was so nervous doing it and trying to make sure I got it right. Do you remember much about that spin class?
No, I don't remember much about it at all, to be honest.
Do you not?
No.
Do you remember the music?
Yeah, I remember the music.
What was your thoughts on the music?
Yeah, I love the music because it's just like right up my street, like everything, like because me and Mike have this weird thing where we absolutely love like Clubland, like, and I loved Clubland like when I was younger, and I've never met anyone who liked it as much as I did. So when Mike was like putting out these Clubland bangers, I was like, oh my god, like who is this man? He is the perfect man for me.
So I loved Clubland when I was younger. I loved like electronic music when I was younger. I had loads of like Head Candy CDs and Extreme Euphoria, Lisa Lashes, Darren Styles, all of that kind of stuff.
And I don't know about anyone else, but like just with music, I just felt like we're gonna have loads in common. We both like the gym, we're both into fitness, we like the same music, we're the same age. Like, it just fitted right. I just felt like all them things were like ticks for me.
Yeah.
You had a six pack. Tick. You know.
It's alright, be back. So where was we? Yes, the spin class. So yeah, I remember that, putting that CD together, and like I loved Clubland. So when I was picking on the music, it was just the right music, it had the right energy, it was the right BPM. It was remixes of popular songs that were in the charts that maybe weren't necessarily at BPM. So what?
You did that Rita Ora one, didn't you? Do you remember?
Rita Ora. I do remember, but what song was it?
Wasn't R.I.P.
No, I don't think I did R.I.P. I tell you what I did do. I did do Neo.
Yeah.
Closer. That was on there.
Yeah, that was on there.
I think the very first song was Chicane. I can't think what it was, but it's a Chicane song. I know Groove Coverage Poison was on there.
Yeah, Poison. And then you done that, the end up, was it like Dappy?
Oh my god, yeah, it was I can't think, I think it was from like Clubland 17 or something.
Yeah, that was good.
What song was that?
Oh, I've got it actually. I have a lot of them on my phone still.
Do you?
Yeah.
I can't think what song that was now, but I remember that was a really good song. I loved that song as well. I loved doing spins to that.
Yeah, that was good.
That was a good song. I remember Closer being on there. I did use a few like dubstep tracks as well because that was quite good for like hill climb stuff.
Yeah, it was a hill climb with the Rita Ora one.
Was it?
Yeah, but I can't remember.
Oh, I'll have to try and dig that out.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've got the CDs somewhere still
probably.
that I already used. I'm sure I have. Actually, I might have thrown it all now, to be honest.
Oh, that's sad.
That's a bit sad. But yeah, I remember you coming into the gym the very next time after that, and had my plan in my head, like, going to ask you how the spin class was, and you came in. It was an evening, wasn't it? If I remember right. It was an evening class, and you came in. I was like, "Oh, you alright? How was spin class?" And
you were standing at the desk, weren't you?
Yeah, standing at the desk, and we literally sit there, didn't we, and spoke for like an hour and a half.
And that, like, to me, like, I had to go because of like my mum was looking after Chloe.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have left otherwise.
No.
I would have stayed and spoke for longer. Like, didn't feel like it didn't get like to a point where the chat was like.
No, it just carried on. Just flowed nice, didn't it?
Like we just worked out people that we knew, like that we, like places where we'd been, like our parents both like dancing.
Yeah, so much in common, wasn't there?
So
and then even then that we had mutual friends, and then we would have been at
at
clubs the same time, and our friends would have spoke, and we would have been with our friends, but we wouldn't notice each other.
Mike knew one of my best friends, when I was younger.
Yeah. And I would have seen her out in the clubs when you would have been with her, and I would have spoke to her.
Yeah.
And you knew one of my best friends as well, and you would have spoke to him.
So weird. Like, we just had crossed so many pathways, like, throughout, like, our adult life. Like,
we never spoke. Until this moment. Yeah. Which is mad. But I was loving talking to you. I was on cloud nine talking to you.
Yeah, me too.
The time just flew by, didn't it? That hour and a half. How did you go away from that?
I was like buzzing. Proper buzzing. Like,
did you tell anyone about it or anything?
Yeah, like Abby and like my friends. Yeah. Like, who were in the gym, and
so what?
Like, people who knew you because they went to the gym as well.
What did you say to them?
Oh God, I can't remember that.
No. Fair enough. So I didn't really have anyone. I wasn't from that area, so
no, you didn't.
I didn't really know anyone around there. Like, I knew Jack, the lifeguard. And I can't remember saying to him, I spoke to Jess the first time. I can't think what would have happened.
But then I remember, like, obviously being keen on you, and like, because like I've been to that gym since I was 14. Like, loads of people, like, I knew a lot of people in there, so people could see us like talking more and more, couldn't they?
Yeah.
And then
every time you come into the gym, we'd always be talking.
Yeah, and I started like to sort of like be a regular at your speaking class. Like, I'd go on a Wednesday, and I think you done a Saturday morning one, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a Wednesday night, and it was a Saturday morning class. Yeah.
And then I remember going to Body Attack, and then I went up to the gym, and I don't know who said it to me.
It was Lewis.
Lewis said
I know what you're going to say.
To me, "Oh, are you one of Mike's groupies?" Or like fan club, like fanny. Like, it was like I was some kind of fucking fan club person, and there was a million other girls that were part of this fan club. And I just, at that point, I was just like, oh fuck this, I ain't going to his class if he's going to be talking about me like that. Like, because I just felt like it was like a reflection of you.
Yeah.
And I thought, no, like, if you're going around saying that she's going to all my classes, like, and she's being fanny, then fuck this. So I chose to go to a different class. I think I would have normally not done Body Attack and gone to the spin class, but I chose to do Body Attack.
Yeah.
So I went down to Body Attack, and then you go on York, because then...
Well, yeah, so I remember, like, doing my class, but Lewis hadn't said anything to me about that or anything, but I remember, like, doing my class, and you weren't there, and you weren't in the class. I'm sort of like wandering around looking to see if you were coming to the class, if you were there at all. Like, and I think I remember because you could see into the class, couldn't you, into the Body Attack room?
Yeah, because I saw you looking for me.
Did you? Yeah, I was looking for you. You didn't come to my class, and I was like, oh, I wonder why she's not going.
Yeah.
I can't remember how I found that out. That you told me about the fan club. Was that after we started dating, or was that?
Maybe. Yeah, it might have been.
But yeah, no, because we'd been talking by that point, hadn't we? Like,
yeah, or like, I think I probably might have told you like the next day.
Yeah,
like I said what happened.
Because we were. When did you start? Obviously, you found my Twitter, but then obviously once you started coming to the classes, we started messaging, didn't we? And we was messaging on like.
Yeah, because I think we started talking about like Made in Chelsea. Like, we both was watching Made in Chelsea.
And obviously tweeting about it at the time.
Yeah, I'd never fucking used Twitter in my life. No. I was just pretending like, well, I'm gonna tweet now.
But the same, I hadn't really used Twitter that much. I was just trying to use it because it was quite popular. It's quite a popular app at that point.
Yeah.
But I remember sort of like tweeting about going to Cannes or something, wasn't it? Like south of France, and. I can't think what was said, but it was something along the lines of like, oh, we should go to Cannes next year or something like that. Yeah, Cannes next year, can't wait. And you were like, yeah. So that's good. There was lots of messaging, weren't there?
Never went to Cannes.
Never went. But there was loads of messaging, wasn't there? Like to and from, like you was obviously coming to the gym every day, and I was always trying to get my shifts.
Yeah.
Because I knew you'd always be coming in the morning, so I was always trying to do those morning shifts. Because I knew you'd be there, so I could talk to you in the gym and. We talk all the time on social media, and I remember like you'd be messaging me like after you'd been in the gym. No, if I'm boring you, just say. Like, if I'm boring you, just say, and I'll leave you alone. And I'm like, no, you're not boring me. Don't leave me alone.
And it was weird, wasn't it? Because I think like got to probably what it felt like about a month that we'd been like this, like talking on Twitter, me going to classes, being a fan, groovy, us talking in the gym for ages, and like I suppose that we'd built up this like good friendship, hadn't we?
Yeah, definitely.
Like a flirty friendship, because it was more than obviously a friendship. It was a friendship that wanted more, but we didn't want to sort of both like ruin that.
Yeah.
Because then I was thinking, oh God, like I go to the gym, like what if he doesn't fancy me? What if I'm reading all the wrong signs? Like I'm thinking that it seems like it's going somewhere, but what if I'm completely wrong and I've got it completely wrong? And
see, for me, I was just thinking kind of the same, but I didn't think that you liked me. I just thought you were being friendly.
Yeah.
Because I worked there, so it's
well,
like...
no point. There was no part of you that thought she doesn't do this to anyone else in here apart from me.
Well, I didn't know. Like, you spoke to Jack in the swimming pool.
Yeah.
So it's like you obviously talk to people. So
yeah.
Are you just being friendly, like just to talk to the person, and are you going to fancy me? Am I fancyable? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I didn't want to ever ruin that, and I'd have loads of I'd have the lifeguards come up, because they would always come up like when they're doing like routine checks or whatever. They'd always come up and they'd just chat for a little while, and then they'd go back down, and like Sheridan would come up and they would say, oh, like oh, you're going to ask for a number and stuff. Oh, I think you should ask for a number. And I didn't know whether I should do it or not. I was a bit nervous, but I'm not too sure. And I talked to Lewis, and I talked to people in the gym, and we'd always talk about like, I guess like girls we fancied, or do you know what I mean, like dating or things like that. And I'd always say, oh, I really like that Jess Miller. Really like that, really like that Jess from the gym. But nothing ever more. So people always knew I liked you, but they always like egged me on to ask for your number, but I just never felt like I could, because I just didn't know whether you would like me. And then obviously if you said no, you've still got to come to the gym. I've still got to work there. I've got to see you every day. It would just be the most awkward thing. So I was prepared to not ask and carry on this friendship so that it was always amicable and nice. But then I had your friend come in on one of the late nights, and she's Abby was like, I was talking to her at the desk, and she said to me, "Oh, are you going to ask for Jess's number?" And I said,
it was weird though, because like, so before that, me and Abby were in the toilets.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like downstairs, because I remember this, and I remember saying to her, like, you're going to have to find out if he likes me.
Yeah.
Like what am I going to do? Like us having like this dilemma in the toilets. She was like, don't worry, I'll find out.
Yeah. So did she report back to you then?
Yeah.
Did she?
Yeah, straight away.
Oh, because, so she came up to me in the gym, and she was at the desk, and it was just her, and she said to me, oh, do you think you're going to ask for Jess's number? And I said, do you think I should? And she was like, yeah, you definitely should. And I was like, yeah, okay, I will then. Yeah, I will. I was like, sweet. So what did she say to you then?
I can't remember what she said back, but it just would have been like, oh, like he's going to ask your number, or like, yeah.
Yeah. So I was then waiting for the next time. I think like the next time I knew I was going to see you was like, was it a week? I'm sure it was a weekend. I'm sure it was a Saturday morning class.
Well, it was like the mat classes, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was like on the mats.
It was a fast class.
And I feel like they was like I feel like that they were like. I feel like it still was a morning. I feel like it was like a Thursday.
And no, it was a morning.
Or a Friday, but I think it was Friday morning actually. I reckon it was going to the weekend.
Yes, it was. It was a Friday morning.
Yeah, Friday morning.
I remember now. Yes, it's a Friday morning.
Yeah.
And I was doing.
What was it called?
A fast class.
What was it called? What did they call it?
What?
The fast class.
It was just
it was like, what were them things? Oh, was it just core?
It was just a core,
okay.
a core and abs class.
Oh, okay.
So these were held on like the gym floor over on the mats area, and just members would just come and join in the class kind of thing. So there was always a good number. It was always like 10 to 15 people doing the class.
Yeah.
Which was always good. So it was just an abs and core class that I'd done, and I remember doing exercise, and I remember like you doing the plank. I was looking at your bum, thinking, yeah, she's got a good bum. And I remember having like banter with you like on that class and stuff like that, which was good. And I was in my head, I was thinking, I need to ask for a number now when I see her in this gym like today. But how am I going to do it? So I was waiting for the class to finish, and I thought, right, this would be the best time. So waiting for all people to move away, so I could just ask your number in front of 15 people. It'd be so awkward.
I think we started talking about like diets or something like that as well. Do you remember? I think we started talking about like food or diet or something like that.
We started moving over to where people put their bags.
Yeah.
And I think I've got to do it now because you're about to go. So I was like, what are you doing the weekend? And you said, I can't remember what you said, but I was like, in my head I was like, maybe we could do something sometime one weekend. And that was how I was going to ask you your number.
Yeah.
But like, you just completely jumped the gun and was like, you're going to ask my number then, or what? I was like, yeah, can I have your number then? I got your number, didn't I?
Yeah.
How did you feel when I did that? Did you think I was going to ask your number?
I thought like when you said like that, I thought okay, like he's got some number, maybe he's a bit nervous, so I'm just gonna help him along the way. So then I said that, but then I remember leaving the gym, like being like really excited, but then obviously having that point of like, is he gonna? Because you said you was gonna text me.
Did I?
Yeah, I'm sure you texted me first, or did I text you?
I can't remember.
I don't know, but like it's always like nerve-wracking because you don't know how long you should take to like you don't
you can't drop a message 1 minute after getting your number.
Oh, got your number, great.
Yeah.
But I remember going on to Canby because I was going to meet a girl called Jen who like I was friends with them, the kids, and I remember getting your number then and. Yeah, you first messaging me, like, and it just seemed like really good.
It was nice because I remember messaging you, and I think almost like straight away, you said, "Oh, did you know that I liked you then?"
Yeah.
So straight away for me that was like brilliant because it's like, well, I know she likes me, so there's now no guessing games. It just made it so much more comfortable.
Yeah.
But obviously I said that we could do something, but I was working a 0-hour contract earning minimum wage, and I remember getting my first paycheck in July. I'd been working a month and a half at this point, and I got my first pay, and it was less than £500 for the month. And I just remember I was living at mum and dad's, and I was just like, oh, this hurt because I've gone from earning £2 a month in London, like comfortably, to earning less than 500, and having to live on that. Having to put petrol in my car. My car was a Fiesta ST at that point. It drank petrol. It was less than 30 miles to the gallon. I know that, and I was having to drive it so carefully everywhere I went.
Yeah.
Having to put a tenner in every other day just to keep myself going.
But I think like that's like it was the best thing about when we met, because I know that obviously a lot of people judge us like now, but we both had nothing. Like I had a child, like, and you accepted me. I was living at my mum's, I had a child, I had no job. Like you accepted me for me, and I knew that your money wasn't going to be great working at Clemenceau. Like I just knew, like there was no part of me that thought that he's going to be earning
a millionaire.
And I just didn't care because like we just fancied each other so much, and like we had so much in common, and that's how relationships should start. It shouldn't be about what someone has. I think a lot of people will go into a relationship through just what someone has. I think that's why our relationship worked so much, because it was based on nothing but love and lust.
You having Chloe never bothered me either.
No.
It didn't bother me. And you were the first girl that I'd ever been interested in that had a child. Not that I'd never been interested in them before, but I was 24, so naturally the girls you are looking at and going for don't have children. So to find you at 23 and you had a child, it was that was almost rare. So, but it didn't bother me having a child. I wasn't fazed by that. I just was so besotted by the way you looked. It was like, you're incredible. So obviously, I said, but I had no money, so I wanted to take you out, and this would have been about the middle of October.
Did it worry you that you had no money? Did you ever think that I would judge that, or?
I hadn't really thought about it at that point. It was more that I just remember thinking, I want to take you out, but I have no money. Yeah. So I said to you, this is about mid-October, wasn't it? And I said to you like, oh, let's go out in, I think it was like 2 weeks time.
Yeah,
like
that's that.
not next Friday, the Friday
2
after.
weeks. That's ages away. I was thinking, God, he must have been busy.
But that was just so that it tied up with my payday, and that was that was the very first day I got paid.
Yeah.
So in my head, I thought, this is fine because I'll get paid, and that way I can spend. I'll have money, and it won't make a difference because I'll have money. I'll be screwed with it, and I'll just wherever it is, I'll just spend it, and I'll just deal with the consequences after spending that money. But I couldn't think of what to do or where to go, kind of thing, and I didn't really know what you liked, and I didn't really just want to go to like a restaurant. Like I'd done restaurants so much that it was just a bit boring.
Yeah.
So I didn't really know what to do. I thought to myself, like, I think I had like an email come through or a text, or seen a Facebook post about Fright Nights at Thorpe Park. I thought that looks really good. So I messaged you saying, oh, how do you feel about going to Thorpe Park? Or do you like roller coasters or something? And you messaged back saying, oh my god, oh my god, I love theme parks, I love roller coasters. I thought this is brilliant. So like booked tickets to that, and take you to Thorpe Park for our first date, which I thought was a really good like first date.
That was so good. Like, and I think when again it was like just a tick in the box, like for like the music, like I love roller coasters. Like it was just a good day. It wasn't boring. It was just fun. And I just everything about you I felt like was just fun, which I hadn't had for a long time.
I remember coming to pick you up, so I was like, we'll go on this date, but looking at it now, I don't understand why I did it so badly, because obviously like, I went to the gym in the morning, don't know why I bothered doing that,
I don't know why wasting time,
and then
that's just typical you though, and you was late, typical you, should have known then that you was going to faff around.
Well the thing is, I went to the gym, but then I had to get new tyres for my car, because my car was like slipping and sliding around, like the tyres were going bald, so it was like
the sensible person should have just done the tyres and not bothered going to the gym.
Yeah, but I didn't think that the tyres would take so long. No. And I got to the tyre place on Canvey, and it just took way too long. I was thinking, I've got to get going. But the saving grace was that Thorpe Park was open till really late. Yeah. So it was a bit like, well, it's open till really late. Like
I was waiting there ready for about an hour for you though.
Was you?
Yeah.
But I remember driving.
If I didn't like that much, I'd have been like, no, I'm not going on this.
But I remember driving to yours to pick you up, and I was driving down thinking like, oh, I hope you're not going to stand me up. I hope this isn't like a joke or something. Like hoping you would be there. And I remember like getting to yours. I remember stopping at the shop literally just before your road and getting some chewing gum. Do you know what I mean? Like having chewing gum before I met you.
Yeah.
I remember sort of like getting out, knocking at your door. I remember like your mum opening the door and looking down the hallway and seeing you looking in the mirror, getting yourself ready. Had the blue coat on, had the black wet look leggings on.
Yeah.
Like you just looked insane. Like
you had like that white top on, didn't you? With the
black and white American flag on it.
Yeah, and then like was it like a cardigan-y sort of?
Yeah, it was like a cardigan, but it wasn't like it was a bit more like an overshirt kind of cardigan-y kind of material, like black or dark charcoal. It didn't do up, did it? It was open.
No, it was
like
open.
A rolled
what trousers did you have on? Them corduroy things I hated.
No, I had blue jeans on. Blue jeans.
Oh yeah, blue jeans. Do you remember them corduroy?
Yeah, they were nice.
I fucking hated those things.
They were that black corduroy trousers from All Saints. No, not All Saints. They were from. They were like jeans, but they were like corduroy. No, they were well nice. I love those. I'd still have them now if I could.
Anyway, back to the day.
And then I had the barber coat on, didn't I?
You did,
barber coat. I don't know what shoes I had on.
Yeah.
But I just remember seeing you like, I just thought,
I literally went out, like, I think I must have planned all my outfit. I had loads of stuff that I had from like the previous relationship that I could get rid of.
Yeah.
Like rings and like I just sold everything just to buy this outfit for.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Bless you.
Buy myself a perfume because I bought like that ghost perfume. I sold everything to look good for you.
It definitely paid off. You did look really good. But the date was so good, wasn't it? Like, the whole car journey up there, it was a good conversation. The whole date was really good. I remember we went on the Colossus first, didn't we?
No, we went on Saw first.
No, Colossus. The looped roller coaster.
Did we?
Yeah, because we went to Saw next.
Oh, okay.
Saw was the next one. So we went
Colossus.
we went on Colossus first, and that was all normal and fine.
Yeah.
And then when we got off Colossus, we walked down to Saw. That's when we first held hands.
I thought we held hands after Saw.
No, it was before Saw. Because we walked down, we got off. You would have thought that because you thought we went on Saw first, but we went on Colossus first.
Oh, okay.
And then from Colossus we walked down to Saw.
Yeah.
And that's where I held hands.
I felt like we held hands on the ride and then we held hands after it.
No, we at first held hands off the ride.
Yeah, and it just came so naturally.
Yeah.
It just sort of like we were just walking and it just sort of, we held hands.
Just held hands.
Yeah.
Then we went on all the other roller coasters, we had lunch, and I just was like, yeah, I'll pay for lunch, I'll pay for the drinks, I'll pay for this, I'll pay for that. Because I've just been paid, so I thought this is brilliant, I've got money I can spend now, we can have a good date. Do you remember, I remember towards the end, so the very last, do you remember the last ride we went on?
Colossus.
Yeah, Colossus.
Yeah, because it was like in the queue. Had we gone on this Saw maze?
We'd done the Saw maze by that
yeah,
point,
because we were cuddling on the Saw maze.
Oh yeah, so we were cuddling in the queue, weren't we, in the Saw maze, because it was cold, weren't we?
Yeah. And then I remember the last ride, because I remember thinking, oh, this is like, I don't want this day to end.
No, it was like the last ride.
And then we were sort of like, I was like looking up at you, and like it felt like we could kiss.
Yeah, it really felt like that would have been a good moment to kiss, but we never did, did we? And then we finished Colossus, and that must have been about, 9 o'clock at night?
Yeah,
must have been
it was late, wasn't it?
And so yeah, we left, we got like pictures and sweets and stuff when we left, and then on the journey home we was listening to that Ed Sheeran album, and every Sunday, and her album was good, and just good conversation.
Yeah.
And I remember getting to your home and just thinking, oh, this is it. Like, well, I can't remember what we said.
We were just in the car for a little while, I think, outside my house, weren't we?
Just
like
talking, yeah. And then it's your time to go. So then obviously we kissed, didn't we? That was our very first kiss in the car.
Was so good.
That was brilliant.
It was like the best kiss.
Yeah.
I just think like just everything felt so natural, like throughout the whole day. Like, don't you think like it felt like we'd been to like it didn't feel like a first date. It felt like we'd
been speaking all summer.
Yeah.
This was the end of October. We'd been speaking.
Yeah, true.
All through August, September, and October. We'd been speaking. So we'd already built up such a good friendship by that point, and we obviously knew each other well, or well enough at that point. So the date was just, because of that, I feel like it made the date so good. There wasn't any awkward silences. We had so much to talk about, and there was always conversation. But that kiss just
sealed the deal, didn't it?
Kiss was just everything. Kiss was so good.
Like, and funnily enough, like the music, like I remember like the music playing, which was Ed Sheeran "Kiss Me," which was our first dance at our wedding.
Yeah.
Because I literally got when I got home, I didn't know what that song was, never heard it, but I literally replayed it about a gazillion times.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So I remember obviously that kiss, and just finishing that kiss and sort of pulling away, and it just told me everything. And at that point I was just like, I can't waste any more time, and just said to you, I said like, oh, I know this is really forward, but would you be my girlfriend? And you was just like, yeah, sweet. And then you got out and you left, and then just like I remember driving away and just feeling like, oh my god, like I've got a girlfriend now, which is mad. I've been single for like must have been just over a year, I think, by that point. Yeah, just over a year. I think about September time, August time, I then broke up with my ex before you. So I've been single just over a year. So it was so nice to finally like get a girlfriend again after being single for what felt like ages. But I always found those first few days, like after sort of agreeing to be boyfriend and girlfriend, so strange, like because you don't know what to do. I felt like you don't know what to do you? Like, okay, we've now agreed this partnership.
Yeah, like, where do we go from here?
What do we do?
Yeah.
How often am I seeing you? When am I seeing you? Like, what's our plan now, like moving forward? And so yeah, I remember like the first few days you'd come to the gym, like, and then I'd see you and you'd go, and it'd just be like, I'd see you walk in the door, I'd wave at you, and I think it'd be weird because it's like, that's my girlfriend, but I'm just waving at her goodbye. Like, it just was really weird. And it took us a few like days or so to get into.
Yeah, you come around mine after work and things like that.
When was the first time I saw you after that?
Well, that's a different story. I think that we need to.
Yeah, I know that. I know we can go on to that. But when was the first time that we saw each other?
What day did we go?
We went to Fright Night on Friday.
I reckon I was done spin class the next day.
On the Saturday.
Yeah, I reckon we would have done spin the next day.
Yeah, but when did I come round?
I think that's that after you had a shift at work, and then it was pretty much, must have been that Saturday or Sunday.
Must have been, it must have been pretty close.
It must have been that Saturday because my mum went out. Did my mum go out? Or did she have dance? Or did she do a dance class?
She was out because it was just us in, wasn't
it? We
watched a film, didn't we? and then your mum come home and it was, should we take this to the bedroom? But yeah, I remember like all the spin classes, you know, after every number, just like the constant smiling at each other.
Everyone literally knew that we was like in love.
Yeah, and then after the spin classes,
we like cuddle for ages.
It was almost like an hour. Just sweating but cuddling. It was by the music rack, and like, no one would come in. It would just be me and you in the class, and we'd just stay there cuddling, wouldn't we?
That was so good as well.
Oh, it was so good, wasn't it?
I always feel like it's more like a tip for people, but like every time we talk about like when we first met, like it just brings such like good memories and like warmth to like realising like how much we like fancied each other and loved each other at the beginning. I think like everyone should talk about at the beginning of their relationship.
Yeah.
Even if you met online, do you know what I mean? Like those first like couple of months when you first, that honeymoon like period, everyone's is like a honeymoon, isn't it? There's always stuff to talk about it, and I just feel like you should relive their memories to
exactly that. It's always, you're going to have good times always for a relationship, and obviously if it's not good then you need to evaluate it, but it is always that, isn't it? The beginning of a relationship is those best times because you're on such a high. It is,
and you can relive that high just by talking about it.
Yeah, of course. I feel like we've been sat here like just grinning ear to ear, like just talking about this and reliving it, even though we spoke about it so many times.
It still makes us really happy.
What's your one key memory from what plays strong in your head, like memory wise, from before we started going out?
What plays strong?
Yeah, I guess that was the one thing you remember most about.
Your Twitter pictures.
My Twitter pictures.
They live rent free in my head.
Do they? I remember doing those. That was because that year, beginning of the year, that was taken about May time.
Yeah.
And me and my friends decided to do a bodybuilding competition, so it was me getting into shape for that bodybuilding competition. At that May point, I look at the pictures and cringe now because I just feel like, I didn't look good at all. But at that point, at that point, it was the best I've ever looked in my life. Like, so I was feeling good about the way I looked. So I've done this photo shoot with this guy, Simon Howard.
Yeah, you were buzzing about your body.
Yeah, and the pictures were good, and obviously naturally they were going to be my profile pictures. And just post them on my Twitter and Instagram.
What's your memory then? What's your...
I feel like the spin classes, and obviously the treadmill bit with you walking away and wishing I was your perfect man.
I also remember, I think a key moment for me was that when Jack said to you, like he'd like taken the mick out of your, like you had your eyebrows tinted and your eyelashes tinted.
Yeah.
And like Jack had tried to sort of belittle you in front of me.
Yeah.
And I still feel like I'm the same with you now. Like I would just back you up with like whatever, and I feel like I had that strong passion to like, if anyone was going to be horrible to you, I was like no.
Yeah.
And I had that back then. I've never had that with someone. I've never cared
Because didn't he say about also like, oh yeah, Mike's type is skinny blondes.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
completely opposite. Not that you were big, you were slim. But tried to make it out as if you was not my type.
Yeah.
But in when it was me and him, is how I'll put in a good word for you. I'll put in a good, because he made out that he spoke to you all the time and was like best pals with you in the swimming pool area.
Yeah.
And I'll put in a good word for you. But yeah, he's telling you that
the complete opposite.
Like my type is not you. And it's someone else, and trying to sabotage it. Was never going to work, was it? To be honest,
no.
Like there was no one I fancied in that gym. There was no one I spoke to. Like it was just you. Like I guess that was nice as well, is the fact that we never had.
There's no competition around. There was no
I wasn't messaging 5 other girls, and then when we got together, there was no like.
Anyone popping up.
No. I never had to worry about anyone randomly messaging me on when we're going out next, or like. I just never had to worry about that, because I wasn't doing that.
No.
So it was just such a nice time, like that, just from the start to finish. It's just brilliant.
Well,
of that point, do you know what I mean? Of getting together, there was no worries from external sources.
I feel like that's been like that throughout our whole relationship. There's never been that.
No.
So it's like, that's the nice thing about it. Obviously there was worries, like I think once you get further into like that first period of like a relationship, you sort of think, oh my god, like, I hope this doesn't end. Like you don't want it to end.
Yeah, the more you invest in someone, the more I guess you can worry and because
I
feel like trust and security within a relationship doesn't come for a long time. I would have thought real trust and real security, because there can always be in the back of your mind. We could be one big argument away from splitting up. Or you could see someone and you fancied them more than me, and you lick chopsticks and
I think you don't know that someone's true personality, like for a good.
Well, they say you don't know someone until you live with someone. Which I believe is true, because you get to see the real person.
I also I don't think that you know someone until you have kids with them either.
Yeah.
I think if you can survive living with someone and then having kids, then you should get married. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
It should be get married first, move in, have kids. It's like completely the wrong way around.
There is that saying, is that kids don't make a relationship, they break it.
Yeah, and it's so true.
It's very stressful having children, as we know. We've got 2 of them. We wanted double the stress.
But so that was the beginning of our relationship.
Yeah, that's how we met.
How we felt.
And that was 10 years ago this year.
Yeah. Wow.
That time has just flown by. 10 years.
And our lives have changed so much, like from then to now.
Yeah.
And we're excited to tell you more about our pathway and
our journey's not over yet. No. There's still so much more to experience together.
So we'll move on to like chapter 2 of this next week, and we can talk about first time that we done.
Yeah.
How good the sex was.
I'd asked you out. We hadn't even done it yet. We hadn't even.
hadn't even seen the goodies.
Yeah, I hadn't even trialed it yet. Do you know what I mean? So who knows? It could have been awful.
Yeah.
But thankfully, it wasn't.
No.
Spoiler. It wasn't.
But yeah, we'll talk about it next time.
Yeah. So thank you guys for listening. As Jess said, we'll be doing this next time. So next Wednesday there'll be a new podcast. So thank you for listening. This is Jess and Mike's Pillow Talk, and we'll speak to you soon.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.